The morning after the spirit called my name, the village felt different. People walked quietly. Nobody laughed. Nobody argued. Even the children didn't run around like before. It felt like the whole place was holding its breath. The chief sent a messenger to every house. All youths must gather at the square. All elders must come to the shrine. That message alone was enough to make my hands shake. When elders gather at the shrine in daylight, it means the village is in real danger. I didn't want to go. But if you disobey the chief, that's a different kind of trouble. So I went. Ria came. Sewa, my cousin, came. None of us said a word. We just kept stealing looks at one another. Like we were silently asking, are we the reason this thing woke up? Is it coming back for us? Should we tell the truth? But who dares confess you disturbed a spirit? Who wants to say you broke a rule that has protected the village for generations? The chief came out with the elders. Their faces looked old that morning, older than usual. Even the shrine keeper, who always looked brave, couldn't hide the fear on his face. He held the staff of the goddess tightly. The chief spoke slowly, his voice heavy. What walked last night has walked here before. A murmur spread through the crowd. Then he continued. In the old days, before most of you were born, something left the forest when the land was defiled. It came because a boundary was crossed. And when it comes, it chooses the young. My throat tightened. I felt Ria grab my hand. Then the chief said something that made my knees weak. It has taken people before. And when it chooses, it returns the next night. It calls the chosen one 3 times. If the person answers, they vanish. People gasped. Some women covered their mouths. I knew what he was describing. We all knew. The spirit that walked last night didn't wander randomly. It called my name. It didn't call anyone else. Then the shrine keeper looked at the crowd. The one it called must step forward. My heart dropped to my stomach. People turned. I searched the crowd. Whispers rose like fire. I froze. My body didn't even feel like my own. Then Ria did something I will never forget. He stepped forward. I heard my name, he lied. The chief frowned. The elders exchanged looks. Everyone murmured. I wanted to shout, no, it was me. But my voice refused to leave my throat. Fear held it down like a hand around my neck. The shrine keeper walked to Ria and looked into his eyes for a long time. That thing did not call you, he said softly. The whole square went silent. My face dropped. Ria looked at me. Sewa looked at me. The elders looked at me. The chief raised his hand. Ayo, he said. Step forward. My legs felt like they were filled with sand. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. Ria whispered, Ayo, go. Sewa whispered, we will stand behind you. Sewa held my arm and pushed gently. I stepped forward. The air changed immediately. It felt heavier. Like the whole village was watching. Like the forest itself was listening. The chief looked sad. Not angry, just sad. The shrine keeper held my chin and looked at me closely. Then he sighed. The forest has chosen you. Those words felt like fire in my chest. Some people gasped. Some turned away. A woman started crying. My mother rushed forward and knelt beside me, her arms shaking as she held me. The shrine keeper raised his staff. We will do everything we can, he said. But once the forest calls 3 times, no human can block the voice. Then he told the crowd, tonight, no one must open a door. No one must respond to anything outside. Not even if it sounds like family. The one it wants must not speak. My mother held my hand tighter. The chief's voice dropped low. If Ao answers, we lose him. People stared at me with fear. Some with pity. Some with the kind of look you give someone who is already halfway gone. I felt sick. Then the shrine keeper said something that made the whole village tremble. And remember, the forest will call him tonight again. A loud gust of wind blew through the square. Even though the trees were still a moment earlier. People shivered. The elders gathered around me and my mother. They tied white cloth on my wrist. They drew marks on my forehead. They prayed and whispered old words. Words older than the village itself. But none of that stopped the fear eating my stomach. Because I knew the truth. Last night, the spirit didn't sound angry. It sounded sure. Like it knew I belonged to it. Like I had already crossed a line I couldn't come back from. And when night fell again, it would return.